Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. If you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
You're listening to the Hockey Betting Podcast, presented by BetCrisCanada.net. This is the Hockey Betting Preview for Friday, March 20th, Saturday, March 21st, and Sunday, March 22nd, 2020. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Hockey Betting Podcast, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, it's the weekend edition of the Hockey Betting Podcast. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Cam Stewart, he's got all of Canada. He's responsible. He's up in the burbs of Toronto. And we're going to have fun today. We're lightening the mood here. Let's have some fun. We're talking hockey. We're going to tell some fun stories. We're going to have a couple of giggles. And the funny thing is, at some point I was going to bring this up to Cam. And the day's coming when these will be video podcasts as well, right? Right, Cam?
I hope not, Brian, because I like to do the show in my underwear.
Well, we don't see your. We just want your head. We just need your cabbage head. That's all.
I gotta tell you something. The coronavirus lid. Like, I'm afraid to go to the. Do I go to the barber? I'm just letting it grow, Brian. And you know me, man. I can literally stick pens in there, shake it. My hair is thick as the Scottish heather, baby.
Well,
we the Open Championship with my lid.
We can see each other as we're doing this, so we'll throw that out. And I was going to bring this up. I was going to bring this up at some point today, and I looked at you, and I'm like, "Damn, man! The hair's growing. And you get a good look. You get a free bowl of soup with that thing. You look good." And but I was sitting there going, the crazy thing is when everything shut down, and you alluded to it in the last podcast. But they even had it on the news out here. I get it. I guess the women were racing to the salon, to get their hair done. Is the last thing but everybody was racing to get it done. And I wish I'd done this eons ago. But I shear it off. It's like, bye-bye. I got porcupine hair, short hair. It's the way to go. I wish I'd done this forever. But now you can't get a haircut. I guess technically I can do it myself. I've got the shears. The last time I did it, I mangled myself to the point where I didn't want to go out in public. I had gaping holes in my head. But I'm sitting here going, hey, you know what? What else we got to do? At the beginning of this, I didn't shave. It was like I was in a playoff series. I didn't shave. And then I'm like, no, that's quitting. That's lazy. So I went back to shaving. But I'm going, the hair thing, what the hell? I'm going to let it go. And I've never done it. I'm like, I think, and because it's for the Hockey Betting Podcast, taking one for the team, it might take me 4 months. But because it's a Hockey Betting Podcast, I'm going to go for a mullet, Cam.
Nice. Yeah, I know. You, buddy.
The old college try. I'm going to try to do a mullet.
I'm going to tell you something, Brian. Like, my hair grows like weeds. I remember I only did it once. I've always had like a brush cut or short hair. One time, I'm like, I'm going to grow my hair for as long as I can. You should have seen it. It was like Ronald McDonald Carrot Top. Like, it gets absolutely wild. People are like, whoa, what a hairdo. Like, you know what I mean? But I had to cut it because I sweat a lot. And having a big lid when you sleep, I don't like a wet pillow. So the short look is always a better look. And let me tell you, man, I don't know if I want to go to this barber. That barbicide stuff, it kills everything. But you know what? I'm not taking my chances. Even if barbicide is a lock as a favorite, I don't want. I'm saying no. I'm just going to let it grow, buddy. No, I got an idea. I'll get Lisa drunk and give her some scissors.
Well, there you go.
Oh, jugular vein.
How about how about a Bloody Mary every morning with vodka and barbicide?
Yeah. I always wondered about barbicide. It's the same colors like toilet cleanser, like those blue pucks you put in your toilet. I'm like, what the hell's in that stuff? Anyway, let's move on, Brian.
The one thing I just wanted to say, the only shortcoming to the whole thing is, like I said, who do I got to impress? For the most part, doing the radio stuff, nobody. So I think let it go, and so be it. The problem might end up being like the ear hair. I need it. It'll get to the point where I need an Echo chainsaw to get the ear hair.
I hate ear hair. It's one of the worst things of being older, but we're lucky, Brian, as ginger bears. Ours is blonde. Think about that big, greasy Italian with like dark black hair. When he's got ear hair, it's like, oh my God, he's got a caterpillar in there.
Wait a minute. Really? The greasy? I
Well, I'm greasy, right? We're hustlers. No, I don't mean, no. I got tons of friends, every race. I'm just saying the greasy, hairy guy.
You know? Whatever. I'm Irish. I'm a scrambled omelet. I'm Irish, English, French, blah, blah, blah. I'm all kinds of nonsense, right? But I literally, like formative years, I was surrounded by Italians.
They love to gamble.
Oh, but I was like an honorary Italian, with the crew.
Great chow, too. I always like getting invited to an Italian's house because they're not doing it the Munja Cake way. You're getting like real fresh shaved parm and all the good stuff. Like you go over to your white guy's house, he's giving you ragu or something. It's like Italians, they get food. And you know me, Brian, I like to eat.
No, I disagree with you. And the spread's amazing, but I didn't like the experience because it was just too confusing when you're sitting there. If they had pasta, and if they were turkey or meat, and you go, pass the gravy, and they pass you the red sauce. I said, pass the gravy. Oh, this is gravy. No, that's sauce. But I'm playing a road game. I'm in their house, so it's gravy. I said, well, what do you call the brown stuff?
Shoe, right?
No.
Anyway, producer Mike's probably like,
he gets mad.
Bags, they talking Barbasol, haircuts.
You guys
get on track.
You guys took too long to get to the hockey game. Shut up.
We love Mike. He's so good. Shout out to Darren, too. They put up with us. We're dicks. But anyway, what do we got?
We did do a couple of awards, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to hockey.
What we can. We got a couple of awards that we didn't touch on the other day, and some news around the league. And then maybe we'll tell a couple funny stories. We'll have some fun.
Sure.
But yesterday, Bill Foley came on my radio show here in Las Vegas. I just wanted to throw this out there. I love this guy. They did the organization's going to give $500,000.
Good chunk.
Okay, to the game employees, games that were missed. Why I say I love the guy, I love everybody. But from the
you hate it. What are you talking about? You hate everyone.
You're right.
But if it doesn't have why? Hi, Brian Blessing. Why do I like Foley? Because when I call him, he picks up.
Yeah, no, you're right, Cam. Honestly, if it doesn't have four legs, I want nothing to do with it.
Exactly. You don't like humans too much.
No, honestly, God, because when they first got here or were coming here, and he'd come on the radio, and I think he likes me. I mean, okay.
No, I would have to assume. Listen.
No.
Imagine trying to get the owner of the Toronto Maple. Are you kidding me?
I know.
They put me through 27 guys before I even got to the regular reception. You got the owner calling you direct. That is unheard of. You golf with them.
We golf together on occasion. Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
So I know, but the funny thing is when he first got here, and I'm trying to think, why anybody would like me, and I don't have an answer. But I think part of the reason he liked me is, a guy like that, he's surrounded by people. Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Yeah, yes, man. You just call it the way it is. That's why
I'm polite, but I'm like, I don't care who
you're not going to kiss his ass.
No, well, the first day he came on the radio in Vegas, we're not sure if we're going to do the betting. And I looked at him and I said, don't come here. No, the first time he's ever on the radio, I said, don't come. And he looked at me and I said, this is who we are. This is what we do.
Yes, exactly.
I said, I don't, whatever. And so there was like a learning curve. He was learning the city, and now he's a Las Vegas man. I mean, he has made this his home. But the funny thing is, through this whole thing, and I know what I always said to him, I said, you know what? You're amazing that you're out there. And he says stuff like he says what he thinks. I mean, sometimes to the point where, maybe he torques some people. Keep that behind closed doors. But he says what he thinks, and he's out front. And I remember always saying to him, I just hope when this happens, I said, you should be walking through the concourses between periods, high-fiving people.
I agree with that. That's what I do with my own team.
Well, I just said, don't go ivory tower. This is what I said to him. Like, he's going to listen to me. But I said, people love you, what you're doing here. And you know what? He doesn't do that. I mean, he's a basket case when he watches the games. He's hunkered down watching the games. But he stays out there and he talks, and he's out front and he talks to the fans. So yes, it was a last minute thing. I said, hey, current state of affairs, and he had done this thing, and boom, he gets right back, and like 5 minutes later, bam, he got on. I'm like, that's amazing, and I think that's great, and I wish more people would do it. But the one thing I was going to say is what was really cool is all the teams, I think, save the Boston Bruins at the moment. Have yet to say they're going to pay their part-time employees in the games that are going to be lost. But he come on yesterday and he said, the $500,000. He said, why this took so long? It's a weird thing because T-Mobile is actually, MGM. It's their building, and it's a mixed bag of who's their boss of all these people. But he said it took so long because we wanted to make sure we found a way that the money got right into the people's hands. It's not we gave it to a third party.
Like these charities.
He said,
he said, give money to the charity, and they give like 1% and keep 99.
He said they made it take time to make sure that it was done right. And I said, you wanted it to be more than a PR movie. He goes, absolutely, which was, I think, was brilliant, and then Marc-Andre Fleury donated $100,000. Many athletes are doing this, and I think God bless those guys for doing that. But I will say this, he had a really, and the funny thing is, I get him on the hockey show, and for those of you that are out there, you can follow me on Twitter at Brian Blessing, and I've sent the link to the show out so you can hear this interview. But I'm sitting there and I'm going, Cam, and I'm a dope, right? You know me, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
but I'm not stupid.
You're smarter.
But I'm sitting there and
sell yourself short.
Hockey blather, blah, blah. Yeah, there's stuff to talk about. And I'm sitting there going, wait a second. This guy is like one of the top businessmen in the world.
Yep.
Right? I mean, FNF, Fidelity,
huge companies.
Mega, right? And I'm going, wait a minute. And literally the first 20 minutes of this thing, talking to him about the impact of everything we're going on from a business perspective. And I'm like, this guy's a titan of industry. And it was amazing. And he said, we're going to bounce back big. I mean, the optimistic tone, he said, I haven't sold a dime of my stock. I would just say this, if you listen to it, a very, very optimistic tone for hockey coming back, the economy coming back. I mean, all of it. So I just recommend to hockey fans, if you want to listen to that, you can get it on my Twitter at Brian Blessing. But I was really encouraged by that when you think about it, Cam. I mean, I just think of him as Bill, and he has his own hockey team. But then I'm like, wait a minute, the business thing, he's the man.
Yeah, no, the guy's a genius, and it's good that he comes on the show, and I love guys like that. Here's the thing, like, me and dealing with teams, people is very difficult sometimes. Their job is actually to get you away, not to help you. So it becomes kind of a rat race. So when you got the owner and he's picking up on the first ring, that's a great thing, Blessing.
Well, no, I just want to thank him. But I just honestly, it was a real encouraging and optimistic tone. And I hope, as smart as he is, he's right on this one. So to that end, let's dive into, we got a couple of, let's do the goofball thing first.
What, Mike's favorite, the simulated hockey game?
Yeah, let's throw Mike. Well, tell me what. Yeah, tell me what's going on. This is that coming out of Washington, right?
Yeah, Capitals, Mystics, all the Washington teams with Leonsis and his son. They're having simulation games. The first game, Tuesday, St. Louis Blues at Washington. I don't see a line on it now, but, might as well flip a coin.
I got it.
I told Mike, I go, what's the deal? Is it like wrestling? Like I know King Kong Bundy's going to win this match. He's like, I know. No, he goes, actually, it's not. It's kind of like, I guess, when you go and pull a lever in a casino or anything like that. It's just random, right? So
our buddy Mike says, oh, well, I'll find the odds for you. So we don't need it. The game, where is it? We'll make the odds.
Yeah, Capitals $1.25, 5.5.
We said that you said the Caps at home against the Blues would be 25, and the actual number is 30. So that number will be bet down to 25.
Yep, exactly.
I think the total would probably be
maybe 6. 5.5 or 6.
I'd say 6 under 30.
Yeah, 6 under 25. Yep.
All right. But I guess this thing's like a real random thing, I guess.
It just tells you how much people are jonesing for something. Like, no offense, like it's cool and all, but I kind of look at it from a different perspective. I don't want to watch a simulated game. It's not real. These things don't count in the standings. It's just like, it would piss me off more. It'd want me. It's actually a good move by them. Brian, think about it. It's like, the guy on the street, or you go to the bar. First beer's free. Next thing you're coming back there. It's like, man, I'm jonesing for hockey, right? Hey, first one's free. Then they get you hooked. You're jonesing for so much hockey. You're like, hey, the simulated game, it's going to be a million times better when the real guys come in. So that's kind of the way I think about the game. But if I were to bet it, I'd take the Blues as a slight pooch.
Well, tell me, right? You know me, right, with golf. And you've clipped me a few times. You know me. I can't stand watching anything I know the result of, right? And
I agree.
You've made the mistake a couple times of telling me a golf thing, and I'm like, hey!
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. You don't get a call on Sunday. You're banned.
No, I coached you. I coached you up on that. So now, like here in Vegas, the Golden Knights say all the teams are doing this. I know the Sabres are doing it. I guess now the Caps, they're doing it here in Vegas. They're showing, great games of the past, or whatever.
Yeah.
Years. But so they're okay. This is what they're going to do, and you're going to try to entertain people. The one beat writer guy, his name's Jesse Granger. He's a good guy. He works for The Athletic, and he puts the tweet out. Oh, the Golden Knights are they're going to show these games, and tonight they're showing the Jonathan Marchessault game-winning overtime goal.
Yeah, thanks.
I tweet back at him. I go,
no, don't tell us.
I go, yo, spoiler alert. Let people watch the game.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But anyway, you know what? Mike's a smart guy. He likes simulated games. To me, I couldn't care less about the simulated game struggling, Brian, because I just want real humans. But hey, it's kind of like 2 cockroaches or turtles. If it moves, we can bet on it, and the simulation game will. Maybe we just flip a coin and pick a team, but I like the Blues.
Okay, if you're looking for something to do, and this is on, so be it. The problem is they'll start doing this, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes the wing baskets. And start bringing analytics into video games. Really Russian roulette with 5 bullets.
Hey, man, I'll give it a shot, Brian, but it's kind of like what you said. Like, you brought up a great point in the last podcast. Like, I die for the All-Star game right now. I die for anything. Like, watching these old golf tournaments is making me, like, cry, too. You take away the hockey, the golf. Like, hey, man, it's just one of those things. It's just like, wow, we didn't know how lucky we were.
All right, you know what? Let me throw this out there. I could have just done this. I called you on the phone and say, what do you think? We do our work in the morning. All I've done now for the last week is Joey Chetwood, vapor trail into the radio station, sit down, do the 2 hours, upload the shows, right home.
Yep.
Right? That's what we got to do, right? I mean, okay, on board. I get it. If you were asked to,
what would I do?
Would you go golfing?
Yes. I probably couldn't tell anybody because they'd want to kill me. But then again, when I'm watching TV, you see like 100 people on a beach in Miami. Coronavirus. It's like idiots. You're going. Like,
no, they're jackasses.
They're complete jackasses. I gotta believe, honestly, and we're not going to talk about this. Mike says keep it positive, and I agree with him. Just one comment: these people should be arrested because this thing is serious. Like you got to do hard time. Like if you're that stupid, it's selfish, stupid, and it's a global thing. What? It's a chain reaction. So, hey, idiots, just stay at home, okay?
But my point is that if you're doing that, because I thought golf could continue.
So did I.
I believe golf. I believe this in all sincerity to make this, roundabout way to get back to what we're here to talk about. I think golf will be the first sport back. I really believe that. Force racing is still going. Why? It's outdoors. Okay. I think golf could conceivably be back in a month. Where we see.
No, they canceled more tournaments, Brian. It's not coming back in a month.
How deep have they gone now?
Oh, way deeper. Like 4 tournaments after the MCI, after the Heritage. So that's another month.
Yeah. Okay.
So June or whatever. So yeah, maybe it'll be the first. But
I'm just wondering, for sanity's sake, But if you're out there, you're golfing, and you don't get anywhere near the three guys you're playing with, and you're out there.
I get it. I'm surprised too, but
you know what they're doing? They're putting the cup up.
They have to comply. It's one of those things you can't. Like Dana White basically said, UFC said, "Screw you. We're gonna have fights in Brazil," and then eventually they said, "Hey, buddy, you're the only. No, this is not going to work. You're done." And now he had to shut it down. He was basically telling everyone to have fun. Let's get back to hockey. Let's get back to hockey. We're getting off track.
I don't know if I should golf.
Yes, if you go alone and golf, have a great day. But I wouldn't. I don't know if you want to bring a friend, Foley. Sure, like if I got to go.
If you go with a bunch of guys, you wave to everybody. Just stay the hell away from each other. And
I guess,
don't touch my golf clubs. I'm fine. Stay away.
Yeah, bring your own car. Yeah, if everyone takes their own car.
There you go.
Whatever. Okay,
all right. So.
Wow, you're really drifting today, Brian. Let's get to the business, or Mike's going to really be upset.
You know what? Listen. Let's cut to the chase here. What the hell else do you folks have to do?
Yeah, that's a good point. Have sex, but you don't want to touch somebody. That's another thing. Even sex numbers are down. You get scared.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
I can.
Well, I mean, a podcast beyond. I don't care what you're doing in the privacy of your own home. I mean,
good point. Yeah. I agree with you.
So, where we left off, we were doing awards, the award races.
Yep.
We didn't go through them all. Let's pick up, because we said the Hart, Draisaitl, right? Yep. The Richard, I said Matthews. You went Draisaitl.
I went Pasternak, and I said Draisaitl as a dog.
Okay, all right, so you going? Okay, fine. We didn't do the Norris, and listen, the Norris is over. It's John Carlson from Washington, right?
All day. Yeah. You can't even debate it. That guy's too good.
Yossi, Pietrangelo, great season. Tough.
No, good guys, but no. Carlson's just if you had a line for that one, you'd have to lay a lot of juice, man. I think that guy. It's a mortal lock.
It's off the board.
Yeah, it's off the board, because it's like, what are you going to lay? Like 40 to 1 to win? Yeah, it's not happening. But John Carlson, definitely.
All right, the Selke every year. It's it's kind of Bergeron's personal thing. Although O'Reilly got it. Last year. This year, Sean Couturier from the Flyers.
I like that pick.
The front runner.
I'm going to tell you something.
Mark Stone has been hurt a lot, but
sorry, Stone. I'm going to give it to Couturier. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the league. You watch that guy on a nightly basis. He does everything well. Everything. Offensive zone, defensive zone, great teammate. One of the most underrated players in the league, in my opinion. And look how good the Flyers have been. They're on a heater. Couturier is awesome. Brian, he deserves way more respect.
Yeah, no, I did, but every year it's it almost should be, if you were going to put numbers on it, it would be Bergeron in the field.
Yeah, I'll take the field this year, big time. Good value.
Great
price. Yeah, I don't know. No, trust me, Couturier's going to win.
We briefly discussed this, the Vezina, where Bishop's always kind of at the top of the list. Tuukka Rask with the Bruins. But I honestly, at the end of the year, when they dish this out, I think Hellebuck has a real big shot.
What about Robin Lehner?
No, he hasn't played enough.
Yeah, it's a good point. Hellebuck's been great for the Jets, and we talked about them too. There's no way this team should be in a playoff hunt right now with the defensive core that they have. Hellebuck, when he's in the zone, no, I agree 100%. Hellebuck and Paul Maurice, the MVPs of that team. It's amazing what the Jets are doing. They've always had great forwards, but the back end, they should be a lot worse than what they are.
And then the Lady Bing. I'm a hockey player. I'm really good, and I won't hurt you.
I'm sensitive.
And I won't hurt you. Yeah. I don't.
What a sportsman-like guy. Yeah.
It's a hell of a tool.
When it fell on the ice, hey, hold on. Put it right. Yeah, okay, Lady Bing. Who is that? Who should get it? I don't. Give it to the whole Leafs team. They're soft as ass, right?
Well, funny thing is the favorites, McKinnon, Matthews, and O'Reilly.
So most sportsman-like? Probably McKinnon.
Yeah, I can run with that. All right,
You're right, though. That trophy sucks. That's the worst award in sports.
Well, I don't want to denigrate it.
Actually, I do. I'm allowed to. I'm not going to say no. It's like, so what? You're playing a game. You're trying to win the game. It's just kind of one of those things. Like, you can be a nice guy. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
You know what? You're right. I don't know. What its description is gentlemanly play.
Yeah, like
when in hockey,
means you're not. It means you're the opposite of Brad Marchand. That's basically it. You don't lick faces. You don't slew foot guys. I'll tell you who doesn't deserve it. We should have a new one. Dirtiest player / team, Tampa Bay Lightning. For those guys. Oh yeah, Kucherov and the gang. Oh yeah.
What would be
dirty?
What we there's a homework assignment that you're right. That should be an award because
dirtiest team or dirtiest player.
No, player. But the thing is, like I remember, and I know I've told you this before. Back in the day, CTV was doing a lot of they had the weeknight hockey games.
Yep.
And they were doing this thing. My God, this was back in the 80s.
Damn right it was. CTV, they haven't done hockey in like 3 years.
They were doing this thing where, it was the game of the week.
Yeah.
A midweek game of the week. And the one year they were doing a thing where wherever the game was being staged, they had someone from that city come on and in one of the intermissions do a hockey commentary. So it was the Nordiques were playing the Sabres. And I get a call from this guy. He says, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it, whatever. I'm like, what to do? Anyway, all right. So I put this whole thing together. And basically it was Dale Hunter, everyone in Buffalo wants this guy's head on a plate with an apple in his mouth. He had knocked teeth out of Mike Ramsey's head. He done all and did this 2-minute thing about what a rotten rat. and
that's great,
right? He did this whole thing and said, that being said, how do we find a way to get him here?
Exactly.
And then went to say every team, this guy's a warrior, he's a leader, he's a this and a that. And the more other people hate him, the more you want him.
Exactly. Hey, man, those are the guys you want on your team, right? They're the difference makers. So that's what it is.
We need a title for that. I mean, like the guy would be the leader. It might be like Bergeron winning every year would be Kachuk in Calgary.
Yeah, it'd be like the Agitator Award.
Yeah. The Disturber.
Best Disturber. Disturber. You're a clown. You're a clown, Brian. You're
sponsor. And everybody whines about the guys, and then you make it a sponsor thing. The Disturber, brought to you by Gerber's.
What's your Scotty Bowman story?
Oh, I got a boatload.
I don't really have any stories other than the fact that I just walked in the room.
Well, you brought up Scotty Bowman.
I heard Scotty Bowman whisper to this guy, "Get this redheaded asshole out of the arena." I'm like, what is this guy doing? I'm not doing anything. Everywhere I went, I was talking to Jonathan Taves. The Blackhawks had like a buffet set up. I'm just like talking to him. In comes Scotty Bowman, just death staring me again. I go, that's twice. Bowman whispering again. Then I saw him in the press area. He almost I don't know why it was weird. It's just because I was having some fun with the players. I don't know.
He's got to have it. He's got to have a. I'm 60 over. All right, what the hell? I'm 62, right? I never heard ginger until the last 5 years. Like the ginger, you always said that, but I think it's like some people are scared of clowns or something. I mean, Scotty's got to have a thing against redheads. Well,
actually, I'll say another one, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. What heartbreaking for me? A heartbreaking story. I was doing. The Stanley Cup Finals. I was in Pittsburgh's room, talking to Sidney Crosby, Gary Roberts. He remembers me when he was with Toronto, telling me I had to lose some weight. We had some good laughs or whatever. And Mario Lemieux basically said, hit the high road. Like, that guy hates my guy. Like, Mario Lemieux was not nice to me. I was like, wow, this is not a good. I was actually really, really upset after that one. I'm like, not really do it. Like, know what they don't like? They don't like when you're having fun because hockey guys are in the zone, right? Well, so the minute you have a guy laughing, like Sidney Crosby or whatever, Lemieux's looking at me with the death stare. I'm
you do in a good way, but you do take the air out of the room.
It was at the end of the game, Brian. Who cares? Not before. I'm not getting pregame clips.
No, I get it. I mean, anyway, I think you're raucously entertaining. But no, could you picture this? If Scotty Bowman wasn't the greatest hockey coach of all time, right?
Yeah,
not taking that path in life. I'm telling you, this guy, had he chosen this as his walk in life, he would have ended up being the CIA director.
Yeah, or a repo man. You know, one of those guys. Yeah, I'm coming. You're a little bit late on your payments, Mr. Blessing. Like he just takes your Nissan away. Yeah,
he's a cerebral. No, I mean, you know, he was the psychological stuff and a brilliant guy. I mean, so
Oh, he's smart as hell. He's just thinks his way.
I got three of them, real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first he had just come to Buffalo, and it was the first game they had played the Canadians. And if you remember the old odd, the what was it? Is egress?
Shaky glass.
I'm trying to sound smart. Is egress to get out?
Yeah. Exit. Egress. Yeah. I think you're right, buddy. Wow, that's pretty good. Wow, you're French.
The egress.
Monsieur Blessing.
Well, they were the end zones. The end zone behind the one goal. It saved Clint Malarchuk's life.
Yeah, it did actually.
Okay, so the teams would go off, literally off the ice, 30 feet apart from one another, right? There are two doors. So the Canadians played the Sabres, beat them. First time after all the cups and after all the stuff. And the game ends. These guys, they don't go congratulate the goalie, the Canadians. They won the game.
Yep.
They, like a bag drill, they jump off the bench and race to the end zone exit. And bam, they're gone. Where'd they go? And the Sabres are still on the ice. I mean, they raced off the ice after the game. Well, so you go behind the lower gold bleachers, and not only are the doors 30 feet apart, but then behind them, the concourse, they've got like the steel, the folding grate thing, you know, to keep the players apart from one another. So the Canadians all went, and they were like, it's like they were in jail holding the bars trying to get out, climbing over each other. They're all like up against this thing and all got there and lined up. And as the Sabres come off, they're standing there like lambs, not saying a word. And the last guy off is Scotty. And they're rat-holing him like, yeah, I mean, they went nuts, just screaming and yelling at Scotty.
That's great. No, that's the thing. Like, it's just, no, Bowman, he's an interesting dude, man. That guy's all business, but you can tell, like, that's the thing. If you played for the guy, like, you'll go through walls there, right, Brian? It's just one of those situations.
So it was the psychological game he played with these guys. You know, he's always, you know, it's like, I don't know if it's motivate by fear. He always wanted to keep you on edge. You know, you didn't know what. So for me personally, it's the first year he's there. I won't. The story's about Scotty. So the long story, very short, is I got a call. Someone saw me on the TV, big name guy, like big name guy, a call, and all of a sudden, I literally had only been in Buffalo 3 months. We just had a baby. I just got there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I get this call get offered this unbelievable chance to go and leave. And a new job. Just had a baby, just got there. I ended up saying no. I stayed, right? But it comes to pass that these people, people would know, they called and ultimately it asked Scotty about me. And they said, Scotty gave you the most flowing endorsement and blah, blah, blah. He said all these, you know, wonderful things about, like, you know, and like, hello, Scotty? And I mean, he did the nice, you know, unbelievable. I mean, he like went to bat for me, and you know. So anyway, I stay. I don't take it. But 2 weeks later, I just kind of walk up to him and say, "Hey, I just wanted to thank you, you know, for what you did." He looks at me like I got 10 heads.
Yeah, exactly.
He has no idea what I'm talking about. You know, it was like right back to being Scotty. You know, you know. So he did it. He really did. You know, do me a solid. But then he acted like he never did it.
Exactly.
And then the other one was the Sabres are playing the Bruins in the playoffs. And we're leaving, and at the time, the media flies on the team plane. Imagine
that's true. Yeah, I did it before. Yep.
All right. So So the night before, Rhonda and I, we went to Fridays. And I wake up, I'm sick as a dog. And you know what I ended up getting?
What, at TGF Fridays?
TGI Fridays, right?
Yeah,
you know what I got? I got that, remember that chicken, mushrooms chicken?
Oh,
it's delicious.
Yeah, I love it.
When it's cooked.
Yeah, exactly. So, I like my chicken white inside. I don't want to see it pink. Yeah, that's not cool.
So, but I figure it out on the back end, right? But literally, I mean, I'm green. I mean, sorry for the visual. I mean, I'm talking both ends. Gatling gun. I am as sick as you can be. But it hits me that morning, not like while I'm on the plane. I never would have, if I was that sick, I had never got, I had the flu this New Year's, and I wouldn't go anywhere near the Golden Knights. I'm not going to make the team sick. You got to be smart and courteous. So anyway, this thing hits me while I'm on the plane. But we get on the plane. It's me and a photographer from the Buffalo News. And Jimmy Roberts, who's the associate head coach, great Canadian defenseman. He's standing there at the front of the plane. We walk by the bulkhead. We're coming in. And he looks at me and Bill Whippert, and he says, yeah, you guys sit here. And I just look at Billy, and I go, no, Jimmy, we just go back into bed. No. Scotty wants you to sit here. Like the front row. Right? Up where your feet are right up against the bulkhead. I go, this, and I know what's going on. I just know he's teeing us up like a Titleist. All right. So we sit down. Sure enough, last one on the plane, Scotty. Scotty sits in the seat behind me. And the entire flight to Boston, and I won't, and I know it's a podcast and you can't, so I won't use the words, but it's Jimmy, damn well. Right, and the players are belly laughing. Jimmy Roberts is like just looking at Scotty like, gee, he teed us up. He's teeing Scotty up. The players are dying laughing behind us, and Scotty for the entire 50-minute flight is just ripping, paint's coming off the walls. Nobody sits in my seats and blah 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 blah. This goes on, and in the meantime, and I'm not sure it's the flu. But it ends up, it was food poisoning. I'm turning green. Like, I'm ready to Mount Vesuvius in the seat. He's destroying me behind it. So anyway, then on top, we land in Boston, and we're on the tarmac at Logan, and the bus got stuck in the Callahan Tunnel coming to pick the team up.
I hate that tunnel.
So now we're sitting there on the tarmac for another 40 minutes, and
he's still chirping.
Oh, he's out of his mind, and it's like me and this photographer. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to piss that guy. Now, the thing is, even though it's a joke, I would never want to piss that guy
Roberts off. Did it. I'm like, I didn't. So, but now we're sitting there, and like all of a sudden, this thing's hitting me, and I'm getting sicker and sicker and sicker by the minute. Finally, I can't take it anymore. I get up, and I have to go in the bathroom on the plane, right? Yep. And I'm sitting there, and then I come in like, it's Scotty's probably sitting there going, oh my God, I destroyed the guy. I turned him into a nervous wreck, his bodily functions, and I killed that guy. Anyway, it was food poisoning, but I was waiting to wake up the next morning and read the Boston Globe. 11 Sabres missed game one of the playoffs.
That would have been brutal.
Yeah, there's your, okay, there, just for an aside, there's my little Scotty Bowman experience. He's an interesting guy, man. Interesting guy.
We'll do a few ones the other time. I got a great story for Mondays, but we'll give him a tease. It's no player, an anthem singer, and I'll tell you, it was wild.
By the way, the anthem singers, big deal. The anthem singers. Well, remember, it was back in the day when I hate the playoff format the way it is today, but back every year when it was the Adams division.
Yep, I love
you're playing the same teams over and over and over every year.
Yeah,
one of the greatest guys in the world, nicest guys in the world, because we'd be there all the time. Like every year, like you got to know these guys. Was the cat in Boston, Rene Rancourt?
Oh yeah, that guy's hilarious. He does the guns, ding ding ding. He's got the gold rings, ding ding. Oh yeah, that guy is hilarious. He should do stand up comedy. He's pretty funny. That guy.
Who's your favorite anthem singer? Not close. You got to love the Corneliuson guy. Come on. The dude in Chicago? Come on. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's good. I love the Sarge in Ottawa. Redicourt's one of the best, too, I think.
I love the Sarge in Ottawa.
The Sarge.
Right?
That's great. Yeah.
The Mountie?
Know what the worst is? Like the Leafs don't even have like they rotate anthem singers. That's so little league. Like you have to, in my opinion, we should talk. If you're a big league team, you're playing the National Hockey League, you have like the captain, you have an anthem singer. He's your guy. You don't rotate different. Oh, okay, my turn. No, you need it to be that same person all the time.
You see, this is so. I mean this with every fiber of my being. Okay, and I feel bad. I don't want to cost anybody their job.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but I mean, I've been saying it. How many years in a row the Sabres missed the playoffs? 9
every year. Yeah.
Okay. Now the last great team they had. I mean, back in the day, it was Tenor Joe Byron. You know, the anthem was an event.
Yes.
When they went to the finals, they had the tenor, or what's his name? The Ronan guy. The tenor, the Irish tenor that did the Yankees games.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about.
This guy in, right? Vegas, I'm telling you, they got this guy sings out here, this Golden Pipes guy. He's phenomenal.
He is. That's the thing about Vegas, and other teams should learn from this. We're on a break right now, but here's my PSA. Teams, Vegas has been in the year a couple years, and they've already got it better. The problem, and I'll tell you what the problem is, the egomaniacs in these Canadian cities just think, you know what? People will come and watch hockey. People will come and watch hockey. But in other markets, they sell it. And you know what the crazy thing is? Just try a little bit harder. And the thing is, with all the stuff that's going on now, people, you don't even need anything. People will just be happy to be in the rink again. But moving forward, yeah, one anthem singer who's a legend, and then, yes.
But buddy, I mean, I think you'll be on board with me. I'm serious. I was like, say, when they're forming the expansion, says you got the anthem singers big, you know, make sure you know, I'm telling you, Kate Smith and the Flyers.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
I mean,
legendary.
You were down 3-0 every game. You know?
I know.
It's a thing. So I've been saying for like how many years, you can't win with this anthem singer.
No, look at Boston with their anthem singers. Renee, they're winners. I'm telling you, there's something to it. It's a vibe that goes, and when you have a good anthem singer, you get the jump in your step in the first couple shifts, like you're ready to rock.
He matters. The anthem singer.
They actually do. No, he does. An anthem singer does matter, and I know people are going to think we're nuts, but it does. Look at the Leafs. Anthem singer is brutal. It's a horrible performance, just a regular person, no vibe in the building. You get Boston, Philly, all these guys. I'm with you, Brian. It's a lot more important than people think.
I knew you'd agree. Well, this is the perfect time to, on the scale of ways.
Try an anthem singer out right now. You got lots of time.
The ways to win the cup. Don't sleep on the anthem singer.
Exactly.
Less analytics and a better anthem singer.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh, man.
Boy.
That hair's looking good, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that coif, yeah, it's special. Man, you know what, Brian? Do you think I should leave it for 5 or 6 months? See how long we can get it. We'll see. I just tell you, I sweat a lot though, so I might have to cut it eventually.
In Canada, are Home Depots open or?
That stuff's still open.
What's the big? Is it Home Depot?
Yeah, Home Depot. Yeah, we got Home Depot. We got all that stuff. Lowe's.
Provided the Home Depots are open in Mississauga and you can get there. Okay, well, I mean, if you get a good trowel, you can keep letting that hair grow.
I sure can. No, and I'm pissed off. The beer store and liquor store changed their hours. Only open till 7:00 at night. That bothers me.
Now, you in the liquor store, is it first name basis or is there such a level of respect? It's Mr. Stewart when you walk in.
No, it's first name basis. Every counter person knows me. Every single one. And the manager.
I mean, are they piling them up on the counter before you even get there when they see?
Oh, buddy, people are like, that's the thing right now. Like, people are hoarding toilet paper and stuff. I'm thinking, booze is next. Like these hours, it used to be 10 till 10 or till 11. Now it's like noon till 6 or 7. Like it's getting to be a problem, Brian. Got to keep those cupboards stocked. Ricola.
All right, Cammy, listen, this is great. We love doing this, and we hope you're having fun with us as well. We can't wait till they get back on the ice for real. And in the meantime, I want to thank all our friends at BetCrisCanada.net. We love hanging out with you. You know what we'll do now? Next week, I think we'll dive back into let's get to, because we had the awards. That was fun, something different. But let's get into.
I told you we're going to do grades.
We'll do the grades. We'll do grades.
We'll do some grades. Yeah, I like that.
You want to go by division?
Yeah, or alphabetically. I really don't care. We go by division, sure.
All right, cool,
whatever's easy for us, Brian. I feel like I'm getting stupider every day.
No, but this is easy for us because I know the crazy thing is, honest to God, is there ever a bad day to talk hockey?
No,
that's
never.
The beauty of this. We love this, and
I guess we got to start betting these simulated games and see how good we do because our picks were good when the real thing was on.
Well, that's the thing.
We won more than we lost. I'll throw darts at these simulations and hopefully we can go over 60%. That'd be nice.
The thing is, and we want to do this. We want to have fun with it, and actually, from our good. Well, one day we should have Mike to chime in. We should get our.
We should have Mike on the show every once in a while. I agree. The tech tip or something. I agree.
Well, people. Okay, they were listening, and knock on wood, right? I mean, it was what it was, right? We were doing pretty good, kid. We were firing the W's out there pretty good. So that's what this is all about. But nicely, we've been getting nice audiences for these things with you and I just doing what we do best, being idiots.
Yep, the idiot card plays very well with our listenership.
Yeah. Look in the mirror, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we could have called this two half-wits.
Yeah, could have. I like hockey. Yeah. Well, you always had the creamsicles or something else. We had lots of names, but hockey betting podcast.
It would have been stealing yours, but it was a former life. I mean, yours was the Raging Redhead.
The Raging Redheads. I like that.
It could have been the Raging Redheads.
Yeah, I like that. We're not really raging all the time.
Kind of sailed.
Yeah, I agree. The
rage part's still there.
Morency's more of a rager than me. I'm kind of more just like I get fired up every once in a while, but I'm not constant rage.
All right. We'll be back with you Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. We absolutely love doing this.
Hey, our friends at BetCris you tell me we got no hockey right now. Thanks to them, we're able to put out these shows for you guys. So follow.
Hey, wrap it up. You're right. But wrap it up with this, that the league, and again, Bill Foley was on with me yesterday. I mean, they are adamant, Cam. I mean, the latest update is they are adamant about, even if it is an August, September finish, they want to dish out the cup this year.
Exactly.
Then we'd be talking about a November start for next year. There's so much that remains unknown. What will happen in the next 3-4 weeks, we'll find out. But the NHL, in no way, shape, or form, have they pulled the plug on this year.
Nope, and that's going to be great. Yeah, that's just going to be it. A little short off season, Brian. Right back at it, buddy.
Buddy, I hope you, the lovely Lisa, have a wonderful weekend.
I hope so too.
Enjoy, folks.
You could bet on bottles of vodka, 2.5 over under.
I'm going to get. Over minus $1.70.
Exactly.
That number just moved. It just moved to 2.
Oh yeah, it's still a good bet.
Minus 20.
A lot of steam on the vodka, but I bet you over.
But we'll be back with you next Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Everybody, we love you out there. Stay safe. Enjoy your families. And we'll get through this, and we'll have a couple of chuckles along the way. And pretty soon, we'll see. By next week, I want to see if Cam actually sticks his toe in the water and bets the video game.
I will. I'm not going to go nuts on it, but yeah, I need something to do. So I will be betting on it.
Yeah, Analytica. I don't know how the video game defensemen are with an empty net.
I'm going to tell you something. I think the games. I'm going to make a prediction. I think there's going to be more overs than unders in the simulated games. I think they want scoring.
Well, the one thing I could tell you, what there will be more of, which would make me happy for sure. There'll be more fights.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh man! So Wilson against who? Oh well, wouldn't that be great? Just
Bortuzzo.
What their whistle, like to turn the clock back 40 years. That in this video thing, that it's a bench clearing brawl.
Oh, I'd love to see. I know. I honestly,
and you know who'd be at the front, like their assistant coach, Otter, right? Steve Ott.
I love Steve Ott. Great
runs
guy.
On the ice, jumps Wilson from behind. You'd love it. I got
to tell you something, Brian. We'll stay in for the next show, but We'll talk about Ty Domi, man. He really threw Scott Stevens under the bus. We'll talk about that on the next one.
I heard that.
That was awesome, man. Like he hates that guy. But anyway, we got a lot of things for that show. Oh yeah, he called him a phony.
The biggest phony.
Phony. Like you call a guy a phony, it's kind of like in jail calling a guy a goof. Like it's the worst thing. Yeah. It's no, trust me, I know. I know a guy. He's like, you call a guy a goof, it's like worse than saying anything about your mother or the Lord, anything like that. That means it's on. And you call a guy a phony, it's on. Anyway,
well, leave
have a good one, buddy. I gotta go to the store and get some toilet paper and water. I got to stock up.
Hey, can you spare a square?
Yeah, spare a square. Yeah, my buddy's dad, I didn't tell you, so my buddy's dad's like, one square. He's like, shut up. His dad, settle down, Scottish dad. Like, yeah, we're going to get through this.
You had guys in kilts fighting in the toilet paper. Yes. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hey, folks, this is Brian Blessing. Hope you're enjoying the Hockey Betting Podcast. We have a couple chuckles, try to get you a lot of winners. Hey, we hope you like what you're hearing. And if you do, hit the subscribe button and give us a review, give us a rating. Most importantly, enjoy the hockey and keep coming back to the Hockey Betting Podcast.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At BetCrisCanada.net and the Hockey Betting Podcast, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling, and do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.